What if I told you that some inventions were not banned because they were dangerous, but because they were too effective? A $10 flashlight that emptied casino machines. A tiny computer hidden inside a shoe that could defeat Las Vegas. A ski technique judges tried to punish because it worked too well. A teenager whose simple code terrified Hollywood. An encryption so powerful the government treated it like a military weapon. These are real stories where innovation exposed the weakness of powerful systems. Today we are counting down 7 inventions that changed the rules forever, because they worked better than anyone expected. 7. The light wand, the $10 device that drained casinos. In the 1980s, slot machines in Las Vegas used optical sensors to count coins as they were paid out. The system seemed secure, but scammers found a simple weakness. They created a device known as the light wand, which was nothing more than a small flashlight with a bent tip. When its bright beam was aimed directly at the coin sensor, it blinded the sensor completely. The machine could not detect coins leaving the hopper, so it continued releasing more and more money, believing it had paid nothing. Casinos began losing thousands of dollars in a single night from just one machine. At first, owners thought the machines were malfunctioning. When the trick was finally discovered, it forced casinos to redesign slot machines using advanced digital systems and stronger security features. Possessing cheating tools became a serious crime. A cheap homemade device had forced a billion-dollar industry to upgrade. 6. The shoe computer that beat Blackjack. In the late 1970s, mathematicians Claude Shannon and Edward O. Thorpe wanted to test whether mathematics could defeat casino games. Card counting was already known in Blackjack, but humans make mistakes. So they built one of the first wearable computers. The tiny device was hidden inside a shoe, and the player entered card values by tapping their toes. A hidden earpiece received signals telling the player when the odds were favorable. The computer calculated probabilities faster and more accurately than any human could. It worked. They proved the casino advantage could be neutralized with technology. Soon after, Nevada banned the use of electronic devices in gambling. The law changed because of this invention. Interestingly, early experiments like this helped inspire modern wearable technology. 5. The V-style ski jump that officials tried to stop. For decades, ski jumpers kept their skis parallel while flying through the air. That was tradition. Then Swedish athlete Jan Backlöf introduced a new method. Instead of parallel skis, he formed a V-shape. At first, judges criticized it and deducted style points because it looked awkward. But he began jumping 10 to 15% farther than competitors. The V-shape created lift similar to airplane wings, allowing greater flight distance. Even with penalties, he continued winning. Eventually, officials had no choice but to accept the technique. Today, every professional ski jumper uses the V-style. The method once criticized became the global standard. 4. The DVD code that made Hollywood panic. In 1999, Norwegian teenager John Lech Johansen wanted to watch DVDs on his Linux computer, but no official software existed. So he reverse-engineered DVD encryption and created a program called the CSS. The program unlocked DVD copy protection and allowed perfect digital copying of movies. Hollywood reacted strongly with lawsuits and legal threats, fearing massive losses. Websites hosting the code were targeted, and even linking to it became controversial. However, the internet community spread the code worldwide in creative ways, printing it on shirts and embedding it in art. Although courts restricted distribution in some countries, it was impossible to stop completely. The case showed that once digital information is released, controlling it becomes nearly impossible. 3. The radar jammer that confused police. Police radar guns measure speed by sending radio waves toward vehicles and calculating their reflection. In the 1980s, companies began selling radar jammers, small devices installed in cars. These devices detected radar signals and transmitted electronic noise on the same frequency, preventing the radar gun from getting a clear reading. The result was random numbers or no speed display at all. For a time, drivers used them to avoid tickets. Eventually, authorities stepped in. In 1996, radar jammers were banned nationwide. Manufacturing, selling, or owning one became illegal because they interfered with law enforcement equipment. 2. Blood doping, the dangerous shortcut to endurance. In endurance sports, oxygen determines performance. Some athletes discovered that increasing red blood cells could significantly improve stamina. The process involved removing blood months before competition, allowing the body to naturally replace it, and then re-injecting the stored blood before the event. This increased oxygen delivery to muscles and improved endurance dramatically. Some athletes experienced performance improvements of 10 to 15%. However, the risks were severe. Extra red blood cells thicken the blood, forcing the heart to work harder. Several athletes reportedly died due to heart complications linked to blood manipulation. It was eventually banned worldwide because it was both unfair and dangerous. 1. Encryption so strong it was treated like a weapon. In 1991, cryptographer Phil Zimmermann released a program called Pretty Good Privacy, or PGP. It allowed people to encrypt emails so securely that governments could not easily break the code. The U.S. government classified strong encryption as a munition under export laws, similar to military weapons. Zimmermann faced a criminal investigation. Supporters responded creatively by printing the entire source code in a book, which was protected by free speech laws. Anyone could legally buy the book, scan the code, and share it. The investigation eventually ended. Today, encryption based on similar principles protects online banking, secure messaging, and global communication systems. What was once treated as a weapon now protects billions of users worldwide. Each of these inventions revealed weaknesses in powerful systems such as casinos, corporations, governments, and sports organizations. When innovation challenges authority, resistance often follows. Yet history proves that truly powerful ideas do not disappear. They force the world to adapt. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful and fascinating stories. Best wishes to all of you. Stay curious, stay informed, and I will see you in the next video.